Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Chloe's Beauty Corner. Today I am going to be doing primer and foundation reviews. So the first set of primer and foundation I'm going to be reviewing is Urban Decay's Primer Potion, the brightening and tightening one, and Urban Decay's Naked Skin Foundation in the shade 3.5. The second primer and foundation I'm going to be reviewing is Tarte's Poreless Primer and Tarte's Amazonian Clay Foundation with the SPF in it. And for that I'm going to be using the shade Light Beige today. So a lot of people always want to know the difference between what are the benefits of liquid foundation and what are the benefits of actual clay-like foundation. Well, today I'm going to be going over those with you, and I'm actually going to be demonstrating how they apply on my skin as well. I actually alternate between both of these foundations because they're both two foundations that I love and I feel give me really good coverage, and each of them have benefits to them. The Tarte, like I said, has SPF in it. The benefit of the Urban Decays is that it's weightless, so it feels like you're literally wearing no foundation on your skin, so that's kind of nice as well. So I'm going to go ahead and quit talking now and get right into the video. Okay guys, so I already went ahead, removed all my makeup except for the lip color that I'm wearing. I pulled my hair back, so no yucky foundation is going to be getting in my hair because we all know how annoying that is. I apologize in advance for the bad lighting today, but I really want you guys to see what this foundation looks like with a little bit of daylight, just because we're not always going to be in a situation with perfect lighting when wearing this foundation. So I really want you guys to see what this foundation looks like in more than just really good lighting. So I'm going to start off with Urban Decay's Naked Skin. For those of you who have never seen it, or heard of it, basically it's a weightless liquid foundation, and actually a lot of people are starting to like liquid foundations because they don't feel as heavy on your skin. Personally, I find that Urban Decay's Naked Skin Foundation has pretty good coverage. Even with the few acne spots I have, it does seem to cover well. What's also nice about this, like I said earlier, is that it is weightless. So some foundations sit on your skin really heavy. That's really not the case with this one. Throughout the day it feels like you're not even wearing foundation at all, and who wouldn't want that? I'm going to be using the shade 3.5, and the awesome thing about Urban Decay is they just came out with a bunch of in-between shades just a few months ago, so that's really nice. So before I go ahead and put on the foundation, I'm going to start with Urban Decay's Brightening and Tightening Complexion Primer Potion, and that looks like this. My tube is almost gone, so that's why it doesn't look as full. But I'm just going to go ahead, and they do have a few of these. This one is actually kind of like a white primer, but once it goes on your skin it goes on clear. So it just looks like that right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and rub a little bit on my fingers and start applying it all over my face. Next, I am going to go ahead and grab my foundation and remove the cap, and as it is a liquid, it is in a pump form. So when I apply that on my hand, you can see that it is a liquid formula. So it's definitely liquid. It does run a little bit on your hand, but that's not really what's important. I just wanted you guys to see that how much of a liquid it really is. I'm going to start applying by going right under the eye and applying it all over my face. What I really like about this foundation is that you don't have to use a ton of it to get full coverage, which is awesome because some foundations you have to keep reapplying and reapplying, and I find that just about 2 coats of this foundation on my face will last me the entire day, and that includes going to work and being out in the heat. Okay, so already I'm not even done with the foundation that I put on my hand, and my face is almost completely covered. The nice thing about this foundation too is it does add a little bit of color, which is nice for summertime. So this is my face after just doing 2 pumps, I think I did, on my hand, and it does cover nicely. You can see just a few spots of acne that I have, but overall it does cover nicely. Okay, so the second foundation I'm going to be comparing to Urban Decay's Naked Skin is Tarte's Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation, and it looks just like this. This foundation is very different than the Naked Skin foundation, mainly because the Naked Skin is a liquid and this is an actual Amazonian clay foundation. So on your face it does feel a tad bit heavier than the Urban Decay Naked Skin, but at the same time I think that the Tarte has a little bit of better coverage, at least for the acne spots that I have, but I suggest that if you are used to wearing a ton of foundation on your skin, you start off with the Naked Skin, just because it's more lightweight and it doesn't feel extra heavy. If you are used to wearing a lot of makeup and want better coverage, I suggest going with Tarte. I do feel, if I had to compare the two, that Tarte does have better coverage. The awesome thing about Tarte's foundation is that it has SPF 15 in it. I actually really love the fact that it has SPF 15 in it, because when I'm outside in the summertime, I don't have to worry about putting sunscreen on my face or anything like that. So that's a really nice addition into this foundation as well. Today I'm going to be going in with the shade Light Beige, and before I do that, I'm going to go in with Tarte's primer now. And it is Tarte's Clean Slate Poreless Primer, and this is a 12-hour perfecting primer. I do actually really like this primer. I do prefer it over Urban Decay's because I feel like the actual primer in Tarte's makes your makeup stay on better. I don't really feel with Urban Decay's that it really brightens or tightens my skin. It's not a bad primer, it's just if I had to choose between the two, I really like Tarte's better. Tarte's is also pore refining, waterproof, and line filling, so that's pretty awesome as well. So I'm going to go ahead with my primer, and as you can see, this primer, it kind of looks white on camera, but it is more clear. So I'm just going to rub this in between my fingers, start under my eyes, and work my way down and start spreading it all over my skin. And if I forgot to mention, I already did remove my last foundation and primer. And I really just like the way that this glides right over your skin. The primer holds my makeup a little bit better, but like I said, I don't really have anything bad to say about Urban Decay's primer. It's just more that I like more what Tarte's does for me. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you right on my hand how different this is compared to what I just showed you guys with Urban Decay's. So that is like actual clay. There is no runniness like Urban Decay's was, and like I said, that's just because that was a liquid. This is an Amazonian clay. There's nothing wrong with Urban Decay's, it's just the type of foundation it is. And I'm just going to start out with this much and pat my brush in and start applying all over. Like I said, I do love the coverage that this foundation gives on my skin, and at the same time, just like Urban Decay's, it does give me a little bit of color, which is nice for summertime and especially winter. Basically did 2 squirts of foundation, just like I did 2 pumps of the Naked Skin. So once we're done, you can see that this covers really nicely as well. There are several shades to choose from, just like Urban Decay's, which is really nice. I'm talking about covering acne. You can, like I said, still see a little bit, but I feel like Tarte's covers it up a little bit better than the Naked Skin did. I actually alternate between these 2 foundations all the time, so I love both of them. The coverage is absolutely flawless when it comes to covering up acne. I always, always, always recommend Tarte's foundation people who are trying to cover up their breakouts. But as I mentioned earlier, if you aren't used to wearing a heavier makeup, I would go with Urban Decay's just because it is that weightless feeling and feels like you're not wearing anything at all. Tarte's isn't super heavy, but because it is a clay, it does feel like you're wearing makeup. Both of these foundations are definitely something to try out. They are close in price. I did purchase these at Ulta, and like I said, I I've been alternating between the two for a few months now, and I absolutely love both foundations. It just basically depends what's going on with my skin is the foundation that I decided to choose. Okay guys, so that wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this. Like I could do like an eyebrow review, so like Anastasia, Beverly Hills versus Benefit, or something like that. I can also do reviews on different lip products. Let me know in the comments below the videos you'd like to see. By the way, I mentioned earlier in the video that these two foundations were very similar in price. I did purchase them at Ulta. Like I said, the Naked Skin is actually $1 more, so that's $40. Tarte's Amazonian Clay Foundation is $39. So not a huge difference in price. Basically, it's your preference on whether you like the liquid foundation more or the Amazonian Clay foundation more. So definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more beauty videos from me. You can follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. I will put the links to both of those below in the description. And I will be talking to you all very soon. Bye!